I don't hide the fact that I wasn't a fan of our last president's character issues. And I'm also no fan.
Joining us now to discuss is Peter Wehner. He served in the Reagan, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush administrations, and he's now a contributing writer at The Atlantic. Peter, what is the future of a Republican Party that is anti-Mitt Romney and anti-Liz Cheney?
Well, I think it's bleak. I think it's electorally bleak, but more importantly than that, I think it's bleak in terms of morality and justice. Because as you said, this is a party now wed to a big lie, really a whole series of big lie by a man who was perpetrating lies sort of morning, noon, and night for his entire presidency, conspiracy theories. And so this is a party that I would say is a diseased party right now and a dangerous party. And people like Liz Cheney and Mitt Romney, Adam Kinzinger, who dare to speak truth to this party and talk about the reality of things, are targeted. And in Liz Cheney's case, she may lose her leadership position. So it's a very difficult situation right now for the party, but it's one they've chosen.
But the question is it also inevitable at this point? You brought up Liz Cheney. Our Manu Raju's got reporting on this. There's reporting all over the place this morning that she's on shaky ground. You heard it in Kevin McCarthy's non-answer about her future. I mean, do you think she'll be in a position of leadership by the end of the month?
I don't know. I think there's no question she's in a tenuous position. Is it inevitable? No, but the trajectory is pretty clear. Look, I have friends who are Republicans who thought that after Trump left the presidency, there'd be a quick snapback and the Republican Party would go to what it was pre-Trump, that it'd be a normal party again. That simply wasn't going to happen. Certain poisons were released during the Trump presidency, some of which existed, I have to say, before Trump became president, but he accelerated all the worst tendencies, and they're spreading. And the problem here, I mean, the core problem here, is that the base of the party has been radicalized and Trumpified in ways that are very dangerous. And with very rare exceptions, Cheney and Romney among them, the rest of the party and the members of Congress and the leadership are going along because they know that if they go crosswise of Donald Trump, despite his massive corruptions and his failures, it's going to hurt them. It's going to weaken them because the base of the party won't turn out. They threw their hat over the wall. They decided we're going to, in a sense, double down on Trumpism rather than reach out to suburban voters that they lost during the Trump presidency. This is the result of that.
Peter, Christie was asked to grade the Trump presidency, and he let's first listen to his answer before we try to square it.
Overall, how do you grade Trump as president?
Oh, listen, overall, I give the president an A. But the fact of the matter is that there were some things that happened specifically at the end of the presidency that I think had some things that clouded his accomplishments.
He gives him an A, but this is someone who firsthand understands the president's mishandling of the coronavirus pandemic. Christie actually contracted COVID from a Trump White House event and was ultimately hospitalized. And he also has said that Trump committed impeachable offenses, and yet he gives him an A.
Yeah, well, that symbolizes what we've been talking about, right? Which is these people. I must say, Christie in particular is a kind of pathetic and almost buffoonish figure because you know that he knows better. I think some of these people have drunk the Kool-Aid in the Republican Party. Christie's not among them. This is just cynical. This is just part of the ambition that he has. It's driving him because he wants to be president, presumably again. But look, Donald Trump left the country angrier and sicker and poorer and more divided. He committed, as Christie has said, impeachable offenses. He was corrupt from stem to stern. He provoked an insurrection. He advocated a coup. The idea that you would give a person like that, Donald Trump, an A is ludicrous. He ranks, if not the worst president in American history, in the worst 2 or 3 without question. So seeing somebody like Christie, who's not a stupid man, say this just gives you an indication of what I said earlier, which is the disease state of the Republican Party.